Good morning, beloveds. I woke up when my alarm went off. I got up. I wandered around my house because I heard thunder and my husband saw lightning. So, but I was awake, so I was like, yeah. So I got up and we kept hearing the thunder and we kept seeing the lightning, and so we were like, fine, obviously. And then about the time we would have normally left for the ride or run or whatever it is we were going to do, it started to rain. Which means I knocked around the house and we fed the cats, and then I fell asleep on the couch. You don't realize how much, activity goes on in the morning that's disrupted by rain. So I took a short nap, which is good because my mortgage paying job moves today. Like literally moves today. So yesterday we packed up everything and still tried to help customers, and it was crazy making. And today the movers come and move everything, and then we unpack and get everything ready to go for Saturday, because that's our opening day. So I'm in for another interesting day. But it's all good. So, all right. Our title is the date is October 14th. See, I'm not awake. I took a nap. The date is October 14th. Our title is God is my employer. My work is efficient, creative, and right. And our quote is, "For we are laborers together with God. Ye are God's husbandry, ye are God's building." And that's 1 Corinthians 3:9. I encourage you to go read that one in context. Living in a universe of activity, we are expected to be efficient and creative. Our work, whether in office, factory, or home, is part of the universal activity which we have selected to do. Therefore, we should do it with ease, with efficiency, and with pleasure. We confuse issues and think we are earning money instead of seeing our true position as the center through which the universal activity of mind focuses itself by means of us. The mind of God is our employer. It asks that we be receptive to its ideas, its plans, and its purposes. The inner spirit knows what to do, how to do it, and does it when we believe in it. As we return to the indwelling presence of God and affirm its action through us as our true employment, we work easily and efficiently. Then we can render service to God and to man. Today, I work for God, and His mind directs my every move. I dedicate my thoughts, my hands, and my heart to divine intelligence and divine love. All my activities take place in the one presence and are the outpicturing of one power that is forever releasing itself through me. Every idea I need for efficient service comes to me from the greatest universal mind as and when I need it. I refuse to worry, for I have complete trust in the mind of God, which does all work by means of me. I refuse to shirk responsibilities, for I do what needs to be done under divine inspiration, and every task is light and easy. God is my employer, and my work is efficient, creative, and right. All right. I'm of two minds about the reading today. One, they do say that when you have a job that you love, you never work a day in your life, which I understand. I joke about my mortgage paying job because it literally is the job that pays my mortgage. It is the job that I do for money, but it is also a job that I love. It is a job that is of service. It is a job where I help people support their immune systems and their, get better sleep at night, things like that. And a lot of days it doesn't look like work. A lot of days it looks like service. And I really, really do love what I do. And then some days it's hard. Some days it is hard. And I would say that a lot of those days I'm not in alignment, or the people around me have forgotten who they are. And more importantly, when the people around me have forgotten who they are and I'm struggling with alignment, well, that just makes for all kinds of chaos. But the reason I'm of two minds of it is there's a lot of people who do work to pay bills and they're struggling. And so it's readings like this make us go, oh, well, everything should be light and easy and efficient, and nothing is. And you're like, but. And so we can take readings like this and go, well, I'm not doing it right. Which I understand, because like I said, days that the people around me have forgotten who they are and days that I'm out of alignment are tough days. And it's one of those things where, and Reverend Jesse's talked about this before, even if we don't like what we're doing, we still have to do the best job we can, because that will allow us to move to something that we do enjoy more. And then that comes down to willingness and acceptance and being open to the suggestion, and also to some degree, going out and looking. So when a reading like this today is an excellent one for treatment for maybe if you're not in a situation that you enjoy. But it's also one where if you need to rest, then don't listen to this one today. Because some people, including me, have a tendency to work too hard. We work too much and we don't rest. And then we wonder why we're falling asleep at 9 o'clock at night on the couch. Although I'm getting better night's sleep. So, hey, my body's going, well, it's time to heal now. So, it's not all about work. Because, I was thrown off by the title. God is my employer. Which I get, but it's also one of those going, I work too much. So, which is why we use other terms like we are co-creators and things like that. So if this one just kind of rattles your cage, I get it. This one isn't for you. All right? I know it's 365 days, and every now and again you're going to have one that doesn't ring right with you. And if this one is one of those, especially after the last year and a half that we've had, with COVID and just the craziness. So, if somebody happens to stumble upon this in 10 years and what is she talking about? The last year and a half of COVID and because I was an essential worker. I showed up every day and dealt with the public every day. And there were days that I did not like my job because of the people that I was helping. But I was still helping. So, all right. So the title is God is My Employer. My work is efficient, creative, and right. If you're not feeling that, then perhaps you can use this as a treatment to help you get into that mindset. Because when we feel like our work is creative and of benefit to people, and the word efficient just kind of makes me cringe. So I admit that's my issue, not necessarily yours. When we feel valued, then even if the job is hard, it's easier. It's lighter. All right. And again, with the Bible quote, I suggest go read it in context. For we are laborers together with God, which is that co-creator thing. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building. Basically, I might even suggest we're laborers with God, not for God, with God. That's important. You're God's husbandry. Husbandry is, it's an animal thing on farms, which I know about this much about. So you are God's creation. God built you. Now, God didn't build you to work yourself to death. God built you to be a channel into this world for amazing things, not just work. All right, not just work. Don't ever think that. But that is 1 Corinthians 3:9. So, living in a universe of activity, we are expected to be efficient and creative. See, that first line just made me go, ugh! I don't want to be efficient and creative. Sometimes I want to be messy and creative. All right? If a word doesn't ring with you, feel free to change it. Ernest would be okay with that. Our work, whether in office, factory, or home, is part of the universal activity which we have selected to do. We have selected to do. Basically, that's Ernest and Raymond reminding us we came here. We elected to come here. We elected to choose the form that we are in. So we elected to participate in this program of work. Therefore, we should do it with ease, with efficiency, and with pleasure. All right? Yes. And one of the ways to do that is by remembering who we are. If we remember who we are, anything will be easier. And we should enjoy what we're doing. I'm hung up on the word efficiency, so I'm being honest about that. I'm hung up on the word efficiency. I'm a little messy. But I do like shortcuts. And that's one of those things where if I know a shortcut that will help you do something faster, I'm going to teach it to you. We confuse issues and think that we are earning money instead of seeing our true position as a center through which the universal activity of mind focuses itself by means of us. Let's see. What did he just say? We are earning money. Think about money as a side benefit. Yes, we need it. Yes, we have bills to pay. Yes, money is important to the function of society as it is now. But that's not what we're here to do. What we're here to do is to be a channel of spirit into the material world. We are here to be co-creators with God. We are here to make the world an amazing place just by virtue of the things that we do in it. All right? Money is a side benefit. It's not the reason that we're here. And I think we need to remember that. The mind of God is our employer. It asks us that we be receptive to its ideas, its plans, its purposes. Okay. The mind of God is our employer. Just kind of sit with that for a minute and think about that. And then ask yourself, are you doing your heart's desire? Are you doing what Spirit had in mind for you? And if not, what could you do that's more in line with that? And I'm not suggesting run out and quit your job. Because sometimes you can change the job that you're doing to be more of what your desire is just by shifting your attention. It doesn't always work, but it does. It can, because I've been there. I've done that. The inner spirit knows what to do, how to do it, and does it when we believe in it. So you could be in a job that you hate right now, and you could have an attitude flip, and it could easily become the best job ever, simply by changing your attitude. Now, that may, and ideally what that will do is cause a cascade around you. All right? Because, I mean, if you're working with awful people, I get that. So, as we turn to the indwelling presence of God and affirm its action through us as our true employment, so again, that goes back to remembering who we are, which is beloved children of God, we work easily and efficiently. Then we can render service to God and to humanity. All right. So now is the power statement mantra treatment. And Gabby has decided to come in and talk because we joke that we go to work to pay the mortgage on the cat's house. They just let us live here. So, But they do very important work too by entertaining us and loving us and holding us down when we need to sit still for a while. You'd be surprised at how heavy a 7-pound cat is when she doesn't want you to move. Today, I work for God, and God's mind directs my every move. I dedicate my thoughts, my hands, and my heart to divine intelligence and divine love. Now, that is one way that you can change your attitude about the work that you're doing. Okay? To dedicate your thoughts, your hands, and your heart to divine intelligence and divine love. Again, it goes back to remembering who you are and remembering who your coworkers are. When they forget who they are, the first step you can take is to remember who they are for them until they remember who they are. All my activities take place in the one presence and are the outpicturing of one power that is forever releasing itself through me. The outpicturing of the one presence, the one power releasing through us. All right? I think that's a very important line, and I just want to emphasize it. Every idea I need for efficient service comes to me from the greatest universal mind as and when I need it. That's about being open, willing, listening, and accepting. I refuse to worry, for I have complete trust in the mind of God, which does all work by means of me. I understand that I am here for a purpose. The purpose is to express spirit. And some days that looks like work, and some days that looks like play, and some days that looks like messy creativity. And some days it looks like cat. I refuse to shirk responsibilities, for I do what needs to be done under divine inspiration, and every task is light and easy. There are days that we get up and go do, and we don't want to, but we understand we have responsibilities. Well, God has responsibilities too. God has responsibilities too, and one of those responsibilities is God's always carrying out, which is the inspiration and the creativity and the harmony and the joy and the peace that we are looking for. Okay, so that's God's responsibility. God's responsibility is the how. Our responsibility is the what and the willingness. God is my employer, and my work is efficient, creative, and right. And when we use the word right, what we mean, just for emphasis, is that it benefits everybody and harms no one. Okay? We talk a lot about righteousness and righteous judgment and righteous... Roll of thunder! It's going to be an interesting day. All right. Okay. So our mission today, should we choose to accept it? I think I saw it in here. Hang on. Okay. Our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to be receptive to God's ideas, God's plans, and God's purposes in our work. All right? That's the mission. And that's a mission that's going to make you go, because there's a lot of talk, and it's mostly in schools, but prayer in schools and what have you. But the truth is that there is nowhere God is not. So God is always present in your job because you are present in your job. And you carry God into your work. Well, why not let God express through your work? All right? That's the mission. I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like for you today. I will be honest with you. Today, mine was, I realized I got up, I knocked around the house, and I couldn't go for a bike ride. I opted to take a nap because I know what the rest of my day is going to look like. And it's going to be a lot of lifting and carrying and sorting and, putting stuff on shelves and organizing. And I decided I could use that extra 30 minutes. So that's what I'm talking about. Loving, kind compassion. Take care of yourself because you are a beloved child of God and in whom God is well pleased always and forever. And you deserve it. And you deserve it. Always. Always. By virtue of who you are. By virtue of who you are. And the rest of it just pops out. I always say you deserve it. You deserve your love. You deserve your kindness. You deserve your compassion. I want it to be a permanent habit. A permanent habit. I want that to be your default setting for yourself. Okay? Because if it is a default setting for yourself, your life will be easier and more creative and more wonderful and more amazing. It will also allow you to create a bank for those times when you need a little extra. It will, and that bank you can also use when you meet people that need a little extra. All right? Remember who you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased. And the engage your mind and your body, it's raining. But I'm going to do it at work today. Because like I said, moving day. We're super excited about it. And I get to see the new location actually, ready to go. And I'm super, because I haven't seen it since we put the shelves in it. I saw it after they put the floor down. So I'm looking forward to that. There's no sun to get. So bright light, best I can do. And drink plenty of water. That is something that no matter the weather, I can do. I can drink plenty of water. All right? So please drink plenty of water. Take care of yourself. Hydrate. Hydrate. I'm a big believer in hydrate. Makes the brain work better. Whatever else you do, please open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven now, right here. It is all around you. It is merely awaiting your recognition. So look for the good. You'll find it. Look for the good. And when you find it, you'll start seeing more. And that will create more. And that's how we make this amazing world that we live in even better. Okay. She's laid down, poor thing. I don't think she likes the weather either. All right. Do what you need to do to make it a great day, an amazing day, a fantastic day, a wonderful day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. Since it's Thursday, there's a prayer circle tonight. So if you need that, that's at 7 o'clock tonight. They do it over Telebridge, which is the telephone. No pictures. And it's done by two amazing practitioners. So if you need that, if you're not on the mailing list, email info@creativelife.org. Email info@creativelife.org. And that will get you on the mailing list and access to that telephone and code or whatever it is that you need to get that. Okay? Beyond that, try not to get too wet unless you want to go dance in the rain, but don't dance in the rain during the lightning. So, Reverend David should be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back at 9 a.m. And we will go from there. Catch us on the social medias. And just because I can, I'm going to show you Gabby. Okay? Where are you? There you are. There you are. She's like, what? Why are you doing this? All right, beloveds. Know that you're loved always. And I'll see you next time.